Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You try lifting the coffin lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from doing that. You try banging on the lid to unsettle the dirt. Maybe somebody will notice and start digging the way down towards you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn for help. In reality, there are people standing right near your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you're abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something away that God had given you called life? With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I just talked about that went to their grave without seeking help. Pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise I'll help you take your life back, or your life is gone. There are people like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy, over 30 years experience as a life coach and addiction recovery coach. You can call me at 516-458-2741, or go to www.odysseyconsult.org. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. He'll take you from your addiction to recovery, depression to happier times, from low self-esteem to raising it. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy, 516-458-2741. Don't forget to take your slippers off at night and stick them directly under your bed. That way, in the morning when you wake up, you'll be forced to get on your knees and find those slippers. And when you do find those slippers and you're on your knees, utilize a thing I call knee mail. That's a K-N-E-E mail. That's between you and God each and every day, where you ask God for guidance and direction, forgiveness and mercy. Thank God for health, food, family, home. Do that today, starting today. Give God a shout out while you're on your knees. Utilize knee mail. Put on your slippers and walk with God 24/7. Today I have a special thing going on. I want to talk about inhalants. How we have inhalants in the house, how the kids can buy them in a school, in 7-Elevens. So we want to talk about that. And most people think harmful drugs are only found in street corners or local pharmacies. Not cleaning cabinets or garages can also cause the children to find inhalants in your house. But sometimes items commonly found in millions of homes aren't used for their intended purposes. Some people inhale the chemical vapors produced by common household substances known as inhalants. And that's our subject today. You're going to hear a pre-recorded person talk about that. They use inhalants to get high. What many of them didn't realize is how dangerous it really is. Why people use inhalants. Inhalants might seem like an alternative to other mood-altering drugs because they are cheap, can be purchased legally, and are easy to obtain. But that doesn't make them any safer. When used as directed, household products are safe for cleaning, painting, and other things they are meant to be. But as inhalants, they can be deadlier than street drugs. There are different types of inhalants that this person is going to talk about. There are 4 main types of inhalants: volatile, solvents, gases, and aerosols, and nitrates. Volatile create a high. Nitrates are believed to create sexual stimulation and enhancement. Here's what you also need to know: the types of inhalants. And I'm going to put that on now, and I want you to listen really careful of what they talk about. So here we go, and let's listen to this particular gentleman and see what he has to say. Okay, here we go. Well, let's turn it on.
The following article is from Kids Health. Inhalants. Most people think harmful drugs are only found on street corners or in local pharmacies, not cleaning cabinets or garages. But sometimes items commonly found in millions of homes aren't used for their intended purposes. Some people inhale the chemical vapors produced by common household substances, known as inhalants, to get high. What many of them don't realize is how dangerous this really is. Why people use inhalants. Inhalants might seem like an alternative to other mood-altering drugs because they are cheap, can be purchased legally, and are easy to obtain. But that doesn't make them safer. When used as directed, household products are safe for cleaning, painting, and the other things they're meant to do. but as inhalants, they can be deadlier than street drugs. Different kinds of inhalants. There are 4 main types of inhalants: volatile solvents, gases, aerosols, and nitrites. Volatile solvents, gases, and aerosols can alter moods and create a high. Nitrites are believed to create sexual stimulation and enhancement. Here is what else you need to know about the types of inhalants. Volatile solvents are liquids that become a gas at room temperature. Some examples are paint thinners and removers, gasoline, glues, and felt tip marker fluids. Gases include medical gases, ether, nitrous oxide, and household or commercial products, butane lighters, propane tanks, whipped cream dispensers that contain nitrous oxide, and refrigerants. Aerosol sprays are some of the most prevalent inhalants in the home and include spray paint, deodorant and hairsprays, vegetable oil cooking sprays, and static cling sprays. Nitrites include cyclohexyl nitride, amyl nitride, and butyl nitrite. On the street, they're called poppers, or snappers.
Wow.
They're found in some room deodorizers and capsules that release vapors when opened. Effects on the body. People inhale chemical vapors in several ways, including sniffing, snorting, or spraying the inhalant directly into the nose or mouth, putting it into a bag or other container and then inhaling from there, putting the vapor onto a rag, or inhaling nitrous oxide from balloons. Because the high from inhalants only lasts a few minutes, some people may inhale over and over again for long periods of time to maintain the high, increasing the amount of dangerous chemicals entering and damaging the body. Inhalants can cause many changes in the body. Once the vapors enter the body, some are absorbed by parts of the brain and nervous system. All of the inhalants, except nitrites, slow down the body's functions, similar to the effects of drinking alcohol. At first someone gets excited, but then gets tired, has trouble speaking clearly or walking well, gets dizzy, loses inhibitions, and may get agitated. It can sometimes take up to 2 weeks for the chemical to completely pass from the body. Other short-term effects of inhaling chemicals include increased heart rate, hallucinations or delusions, losing feeling or consciousness, nausea and vomiting, loss of coordination, slurred speech. Because inhalants are found in most homes, people don't realize they are incredibly addictive. People who become addicted to using inhalants are likely to become long-term users. This puts them at risk for these health problems. Brain damage. Toxic chemicals may make people become slow or clumsy, have trouble solving problems or planning ahead, suffer from memory loss, or become unable to learn new things. Muscle weakness, depression, headaches and nosebleeds, loss of sense of smell or hearing. Nitrites work differently. Instead of slowing down the brain and the spinal cord, they increase the size of blood vessels and relax the muscles. How inhalants kill. Like most street drugs, inhalants can be deadly. Someone can die from abusing inhalants after trying it only once. Causes of death include sudden sniffing death. This is the most common cause of death from inhalant use. The heart beats quickly and irregularly, and then suddenly stops, cardiac arrest. This can happen even the first time a person tries an inhalant and is experimenting. Asphyxia. Toxic fumes replace oxygen in the lungs so that a person stops breathing. Choking. A user can choke on his or her vomit. Suffocation. When vapors are inhaled from a plastic bag placed over the head, the bag can block air from entering the lungs. Injuries. Since people high on inhalants often make poor decisions, they might try to drive under the influence or do something irrational, such as jump off a roof. They could also get burned or start explosions if a spark ignites flammable inhalants. Suicide. Some people become depressed when their high wears off. Signs of inhalant abuse. Inhalants, like other drugs, have noticeable effects on those using them. Someone on inhalants may suffer from a number of different ill effects, including mood swings, extreme anger, agitation, and irritability, exhaustion, loss of appetite, frequent vomiting, hallucinations and illusions, facial rashes and blisters, frequent runny nose and cough, dilated pupils, glazed or watery eyes, extremely bad breath. Of course, some of these things are signs of other health problems, not necessarily inhalant use. If you're worried about a friend or loved one, talk to a parent, school counselor, or your doctor or school nurse. Getting help. If you think you, or a friend, may be addicted to inhalants, talk to your doctor, school counselor, or nurse. They can help you get the help you need. Several kinds of treatment are available for drug addiction. The two main categories are behavioral, helping a person change behaviors, and pharmacological, treating a person with medication. Treatment for inhalant addiction is primarily behavioral. An expert in drug treatment teaches people how to function without drugs, handling cravings, avoiding situations that could lead to inhalant use, and preventing and handling relapses. As with any addiction, it can be difficult to stop without professional help and treatment. Overcoming an addiction is not something that can be done alone. Everyone needs support.
Absolutely.
The experts who help people with addictions are trained to help, not judge. To find a drug treatment center in your area, check online, check out the yellow pages, or ask a counselor for advice. Reviewed by Hamini Durrani, MD. Date reviewed, January 2012. Thank you for listening to this Kids Health audio cast. The information you heard is for educational purposes only. If you need medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment, consult your doctor. This audio cast is copyrighted by Kids Health and the Nemours Foundation. All rights are reserved. Visit www.kidshealth.org for more. The following...
Well, folks, you heard that. Inhalants is a terrible thing, and I will tell you this right now. I've done so many videos about this, but we have drugs in our own house, whether you realize it or not. It could be in your medicine cabinet because of prescription drugs. It could be under your kitchen sink or bathroom sink. If somebody's addicted, like, I don't know if you guys remember Kitty Dukakis, which was Michael Dukakis, who ran for president's wife. Everybody took the alcohol away from her in the house, but what they didn't do is they left the rubbing alcohol in the medicine cabinet, and she found use for that by drinking it. I am telling you, if there are prescription drugs in the house or anything under your sinks, if a person's addicted enough, they will utilize it. You need to make everything proof, safe, children proof. And it doesn't even stop there. It goes to adults. People will find whatever to get high. People will find whatever to get drunk. It is up to you to make the changes. I hope that the inhalant segment here helped you tremendously today. And if you have any questions whatsoever, call me at 844-405-HELP. And I promise you, I will help you with any information, whether it being local, within the state, or in the country, about drug abuse, substance abuse. Let's all take a bite. Let's all take a chunk out of drug abuse. Let's all work together. And let's all concentrate on speaking to God each and every day, because the power of prayer is stronger, more effective than any rehab center. The power of prayer gives you a communication line between your mouth and God's ears, and He will help you. But you need to concentrate and set your heart and give your heart to Jesus. Let it be today your first day. 844-405-HELP. I'm standing by waiting for you. Take care.